Hi everybody, welcome back to another balloon tutorial. Today we're going to be twisting Cheeky Babe, one of the LOL dolls. And let's go over the balloons that we do. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, now's a good time. Just because I've been uploading videos like crazy lately, and I'm going to try to keep doing it, as often as possible, whenever I find the time. So these days, I've been trying to make time to make sure that I'm bringing you fun designs that you can play with, and jam off of, and yeah, just have fun. That's it. So let's go over the balloons that we're going to be using today. We have our blush that has about oh my goodness, look at that, it's like a hand's width there on the end. I'm going to be using like a wild berry, but you could use other colors. If you have like hot pink or something like that, you could definitely do that. I'm not going to be using all of that. And then the blue, this is a neon blue that I used, but you could probably use like probably a navy or a dark blue is probably good too, but I wouldn't use a lighter blue. Just if you look up Cheeky Babe, you'll probably realize that. And I'm not going to use all that as well, so you see that's about a hand's grip there, about a hand's width. And then a 350, and we're going to use that for the head, for her face, okay? It's a blush 350, and you see quite a bit left on that as well, okay? So let's go ahead and get started twisting. The way I twist is I bring the sound down, pardon me. I bring the sound down and I do voiceover while I twist, so we can minimize the squeaking and maximize the teaching. That's right. And let's go over the markers really quick too that I use. I have black, white, pink, brown, but you don't have to have the brown actually. You can just skip that one if you want. It's really up to you. Let's go ahead and get started twisting. Let's bring that sound down. Here we go. So since we have the blush, we're going to go ahead and start with it. We're going to go ahead and make the baby body is what we're going to go with. It's pretty easy to do. About a 3 to 4 finger segment there, followed by a pinch twist. And then we're going to squish the balloon and do another segment, followed by another pinch twist. And then we're going to come right back to that first pinch twist we made, matching that up. There we go. So we got the arm with the torso, and we're going to go ahead and do the legs now. The legs are about 4 fingers for that. So we're going to do one and then follow with another, and it's going to go into our second pinch twist that we had made. And so if we're going to end up making the letter A, if that's the way you want to see it. Okay. And the last thing we're going to do is finish with an arm, and it's the same size as the other arm, about 3 fingers. Okay. We'll go ahead and break that off. And hold on to that piece. Don't lose that little piece that you just broke off. And very important when you're dealing with your balloon, especially when you may need some of the scraps. In this case, we're going to use it to attach the head later. The more consistent you are with your proportions, you'll find yourself being able to do things you normally might not be able to do without, otherwise grabbing another piece of balloon. But in this case, that's going to serve us here. There we go. Like I said, we're going to use that later to attach the little doll's head. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and attach the diaper. And so I took one of the nozzles there and I just rolled it around the pinch twist. And I'm going to go ahead and pull it across the front. And you see I just went around the pinch twist. Now you see one thing that I did is actually, I was just pointing to it right now, I pressed that piece of scrap balloon down because I didn't want it to get pulled in when I wrapped around that red balloon, or the wild berry, pardon me. There we go. Okay, so we're done there, and I'm going to hold on to the wild berry because we're going to use it for the hair, because we have 2 colored hair for the doll. Alrighty, so that's pretty much done. We're going to go ahead and tuck that away, that little scrap of the wild berry, and you can see again I'm just pointing that out. I guess I'm becoming redundant talking about that scrap there. There we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab our 350 so we can twist the head. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start with a segment about a hand's width, and then we're going to follow that with a pinch twist. That's going to be one of our ears, and then we're going to go ahead and come right back to the nozzle to match that up, and then we're going to do one more pinch twist. And then once we're done with that, you see I came right back, and then one more pinch twist, we can get our second ear. There we go. And so once that is done, we're going to go ahead and cut that balloon near the end, let all that air out, and we're going to pull it across. Now one thing that I'm going to do though, when I do that, you see is I got my thumb there, and I want to make sure that we get a little slack there, so that way later when we try to pull that other balloon across there through that segment there, it'll help the head become attached, but also it'll be easy to pull that balloon through, because if you do it too tight, then it's gonna create a little resistance and it might be tough to do. So alright, so you see I'm choosing one of the ears to twist it into, And then we're going to go with the blue and we're going to twist it on the other side. There we go. So far so good. And so I want the blues, you know, most of the hair is blue and there's a little bit of pink in the hair. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it across till it meets the pink. Now you notice that I have it really long to where the balloon is bowing a little bit. So once I decide how much I want it to bow, I'm going to go ahead and, you know, you see I'm kind of eyeballing it there, measuring it out. And, you know, the pink is probably going to be about 2 to 3 fingers, just so you know. It's not very big. Okay, and I'm just going to twist that around there. Now, you see, look, right, I have the one in the front and then I pulled the one in the back. The one in the back is going to help the front piece of the hair, the blue. It's going to help it actually maintain its shape, which is nice. So it, you know, just kind of supports it. Okay, and the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come back one more time with the blue and meet back up there on the over there on the pink again. So I'm just matching that the second and the third segments of the blue balloon are pretty much the same. So just that first segment that is longer. Okay, and one thing I did here that was different, there was a gap here the first time I'd done this when I was playing around with it, and I didn't want that gap to be there. I wanted it to look nice and full. So what I did is, you see I do about a 3-finger segment there, tie it off, and I'm going to push it down inside there. And so when you look at the hair, it's going to have a nice full look. And you know, that's always nice anytime you can skip a gap. See, there we go. Alright, and so the last thing I'm going to do here for the wild berry is I'm just going to do a pinch twist. And once I've done that, I'll go ahead and break off the excess and tuck away the tail. There we go. Alright, so we're pretty much done right there. So the last thing we're going to do now that the hair has been completed is we're going to go ahead and attach the baby doll's head. Okay, and the way we do that is we're going to go ahead and reach inside there, and you can see there is that chin strap that we left. Okay, so all I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab that piece of scrap off of the body and pull it through there. And when I do, I'm not worried really right now about the position of the 350, all that. All I want to do is pull that piece of scrap all the way across there and pull it really tight and wrap it around, you know, 1 to 2 times. And now I can adjust the baby's head. And one thing that helps too is to bring those arms forward, and that will help the ears from not messing up. So stick around for the artwork. Here we go. Alright, so we've made it to the end of the twisting. There you go, there's Cheeky Babe. Let's go ahead and go over the artwork. The eyes are the same, so if you watched the last video with Little Go-Go Girl, we're going to do the eyes the same way, except this time, let me show you. Oh, there she is. Almost forgot. Where'd she go? She has a pacifier in her mouth. There you go. So Cheeky Babe pacifier. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's go do that now. I'm going to start with the pacifier and then I'll do the eyes. So I'm going to do, let's see how much I can do in black, and then we'll go and do everything else. So, alright, here we go. The only trouble that you might run into when you're doing this is this eye right here, when you go try to do the eyelash, but you can move the hair out of the way, so it's no big deal. You can push it back for a little bit. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this now. We're going to start with the circle. Okay, there you go, so we got a circle. And then we're going to do a loop, or another one on top. It's almost like a little snowman. Haha. There you go. And then we're going to do another one. This bigger one that we made, we're going to make one line that goes parallel to it. There we are. So we get our loop to the pacifier. You know, the little ring. Okay. And so we want the actual pacifier now itself. So I'm going to start here. Okay. Kind of looks like what would be her nose. But I'm going to go ahead and go out this way. And I go out the other way as well. Like that. See, we kind of make like a little hill there, or a little mountain, if you will. And then we're going to curve it in. There we go. Same thing for the other side. Go ahead and curve it in. There we go. And then we're going to go one more time right there. Okay. So you can see it. It's behind the loop. So we did this first, and then we drew that behind it. Makes it a little easier that way. Okay. There you go. Let you study that for a second. Alrighty. And then we are going to put the tip of her nose right here. There we go. Okay, now let's go over the eyes. So if you remember from yesterday, we're going to do it like the way you can kind of see it is like the number 6. I'll do one on practice on the back side here so you can see. So we got the number 6. So One thing that I did yesterday too, and this will help you, is do a couple of little starting point dots. And actually, since then, I did something else that made it even easier as well to make sure they're pretty identical, is do a third one. So you almost got like a triangle. You see that? So hopefully this makes sense to you. So when you go up and you start to write your number 6, like I was talking about yesterday for making the eye, you make sure that it goes far enough to hit that dot that you created there. See? So I made sure when I went up this way, I went as far as that dot that I gave myself. And so if I repeat that over here, 1 dot, 2 dot, and then 3, depending on how high I want the eye to go, I'm going to repeat that. So I'm starting there, and I'm going to go all the way to that before I start curving for the 6, and then I'll come right back. Okay, there we go. So like I said, one big continuous 6. Now you realize that if you look at it, the pupils aren't identical, but the good news is about this, we can edit that now, and we can make this one, see that one's bigger than this one, we can always make this one bigger, which is really cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and flip it over to the other side here, and let's go ahead and give that a try. Like I said, that hair's in the way, but I'm just going to push it in just a minute, and I'll probably bring the sound down while I do that, because I definitely don't want you to have to deal with that, especially if you got headphones on and suddenly there's this crazy squeaking. So okay, so you see I did my little dots, and you can actually turn it this way now that you have an indicator. You don't have to necessarily do a 6. It just was one way for you to get, you know, just a way to help you visualize it, you know. And let's go ahead and color that one in. Okay, and then they have the eyelashes there, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that eye is done. All right, in terms of the, you know, the basic shape. So let me go and bring the sound down real quick while I adjust this. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and color the eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and stick with blue, and there you go. Who knew, huh? This will turn into not only a balloon lesson, but a drawing lesson as well. But you know what? That's what's kind of cool, though, you know? Pick up a little extra something on the side. There we are. Okay, and the last one we're going to come in with is the white marker. And that's just going to be to color in the eyes here. So we're going to pretend like that circle continues. So we're going to go ahead and keep going just to finish her up there. And to the inside there. Color it in. Okay, that's done. And then for the highlight, we're going to do one big one and then tap, tap, tap. Oops. There we go. 3. And then same thing over here. I know, not super exciting, but you know what? It's all good. There we go. And there. And then last but not least is coloring in the pacifier. Or some people, how many people call this or called it a binky? I forget what we called it for our baby girl. Now that I think about it, what did we call it? I think we just called it pacifier. We maybe didn't even call it binky. Now that I think about it, it feels like she had that thing only for like a minute. My baby girl. You probably seen her in some of my videos, I'm sure. Being just cute as a button. Well, I tell you, it's so hard to say no to that kid sometimes. My goodness gracious. People tell me that too. They say, hey, you buy her anything she wants. And I was like, tell me about it. Made me go broke. Oh, you know what you can do too? This is a nice little, cute little addition for the belly button. You could just do a little, this thing right here, look. A little curly Q, kinda. You can do that right there for the belly button. Looks pretty darn cute. If you want to. Just a little addition. Yep. Okay, alright. Let me go ahead and bring the sound down real quick. I'm going to adjust that hair back. But you can see there's the artwork complete. So anyway, there's your balloon right there. Like I said, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, I invite you to do so. Rate this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with people, comment down below. And so yeah, oh, and last but not least, if you want to support the channel, patreon.com/jlomagic. That's one way you can support the channel, and we can keep having some fun together. All right, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, happy twisting. Bye.